Hey guys, welcome to this messy bun. So today we're making a soup because, for one, well, I promised that we would this week, and also because soup is yummy. But we're not only making a soup, we are also going to do a sandwich with it too, because for me, I like soup and sandwiches together. I'm a dunker. I like to I like to dunk my sandwiches or anything into soup because it's just better that way, right? So the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna be making a tomato soup from scratch today. Super easy, super delicious, like less than 10 ingredients, and it's gonna have a ton of flavor. It's gonna be so yummy. Then the sandwich component of this yummy, delicious meal is going to be a jalapeno popper bacon grilled cheese sandwich, because grilled cheese and tomato soup go so perfectly together, hand in hand, like peanut butter and jelly. And so we are definitely going to be doing that today. It's gonna be so delicious. So to start, I have a Dutch oven pan, or like the largest, soup pan that you have. I have 2 tablespoons of butter and 2 tablespoons of olive oil that I already started to melt in the pan here. I had it on low because I didn't know how long it would take to set up. But now we're gonna put it on medium because that's where we want it. To our butter and olive oil, we're doing both butter and olive oil because 2 things. I know I've said this before. The butter is going to add flavor and keep the garlic and onion from burning, and it's gonna be really yummy. So to that, we're gonna go ahead and just get our 2 cloves of garlic and half of a yellow onion in the pot. And we are just gonna let this guy cook down until they're cooked down. So 3 to 5 minutes maybe, if it takes that long. And honestly, it doesn't really matter if they're perfectly chopped in size and all. It doesn't have to be super uniformed or, a certain size, because in the end we're gonna be pureeing it all. So we're mostly just wanting it to cook fairly quickly. So that's why I did it kind of in a smaller dice. So like I said, the ingredients are super easy. Just, the onion and the garlic. I have a can of crushed tomatoes, some vegetable broth. You can also use chicken if you wanted to, but I'm gonna do vegetable because I feel like that's gonna be like a very clean taste for our soup. And then just some dried seasonings and tomato paste, and then in the end we'll just finish it with some heavy cream, and that's it. And then while it's kind of simmering, we'll make our sandwich. Our onions and garlic have got nice and soft in the pan, so we're gonna go ahead and do our next part of the soup, which is going to be tomato paste and then the seasoning. So we're gonna do about a teaspoon of tomato paste. Why do I have trouble putting this back on? Oh God, just go. Kind of mix that guy in. To that, we're gonna add our seasoning. So I have a teaspoon of paprika, a teaspoon of dried basil, and a teaspoon of dried Italian seasoning. Okay, so we're just gonna let that cook for maybe like 30 seconds or so until it starts to get fragrant, which it is. It smells very yummy in here. So next, we are going to deglaze our pan with the vegetable broth. Just kind of do a little at a time to get that little bit sticked up. We're gonna let that come to a boil, so I'm gonna turn up my heat to high. We'll let that come to a boil, and then we'll add our tomatoes. So our liquid for our soup has come to a boil, so we're gonna go ahead and add our crushed tomatoes. It's a 28-ounce can. Do crushed tomatoes to kind of make it a little easier on yourself, so you're not having to blend or mix so much. To that, I am also going to add 2 teaspoons of sugar to kind of help break up the acidity in the tomatoes. I'm going to bring that back up to a boil, and then we're going to use this fun guy, this hand mixer, to mix up and break up our tomatoes to make it into a soup. If you don't have that, then what I would recommend doing is once you get it to a boil, Transfer it to a bowl and let it sit for about 5 minutes to kind of cool some, and then add it to your food processor or your blender, your bullet, whatever you have. Get it to the consistency that you want, and then add it back to your pan, because the last thing we're gonna do is add some heavy cream. So your soup is coming to boil, so we're going to reduce it to a simmer, put it on low, and we're gonna use our hand mixer. And like I said, if you don't have one, that's totally cool. Blender, whatever you have. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of pulse on low. Cool, so yeah, that's it. We like it a little chunky still, so I'm leaving it that way. You can completely smooth it down if you want to, but I like the kind of little bits of tomato and onion that you got. So the next thing we're gonna do is just get it set up to make our jalapeno popper bacon grilled cheese sandwich, which is gonna be so freaking delicious with this soup. So come back in just a few minutes. Or we'll come back. Whatever, we'll be back. So I was just saying that I burned myself mixing that, and James said it wouldn't be an episode without me burning or hurting myself somehow. And I was like, yeah, or forgetting an ingredient, because I forgot to do the heavy cream. So it's just 1/4 cup of heavy cream that you're gonna add after you blend or puree your tomato soup. The heavy cream is just gonna add that nice, like velvety kind of luscious texture, and then also have, you know, kind of a little bit of fat added to it. Hey guys, welcome back. So it's time to make our sandwich now. I quickly realized when we stopped a little bit ago that I forgot to put salt and pepper in the soup as well, so I did that. Just a little bit to start, and then at the end, make sure you taste it to see if you need any more salt, which I've done that already and it's perfect, so we're good there. So our jalapeno popper grilled cheese, I'm really excited about. It's gonna be so good. I got these artesian bread from just a local grocery store that I'm gonna use because I like the thickness of it, and it felt really soft too. So we're just gonna get some butter here and the bottom of our bread. I already made the bacon and everything, and so everything, the soup and the bacon, everything just smells so freaking delicious right now. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this on my griddle. And I have 2 pieces of mild cheddar and some cream cheese. I'm just gonna take and kind of spread down. While I was making the bacon, I went ahead and already put out the cream cheese in the butter to make it easily pliable. So these guys are gonna go on our bread. Oh, that looks good. Then we're gonna do our jalapenos, however many you like. That one's huge. That's probably plenty. And then like I said, I already made the bacon. I baked it for 15 minutes or so, and then I just kind of finished it off on the griddle to get it nice and crispy. I'm using an applewood smoked bacon because I like the sweet smokiness that it's gonna add to the sandwich. It's gonna be really good. So just kind of perfect. Don't even need to break it down or anything. That should be good, don't you think? If you guys don't have one of these griddles, they are so freaking awesome. Like, I really recommend it. They're not very expensive. You can get them Walmart, Target, Kohl's, anything like that. I use it for everything. Sandwiches, quesadillas. We made carne asada on here before. Chicken, pork chops, breakfast. All the things, like so much you can do with it. So yeah, we're just gonna wait for that guy to get toasted up and put it together. Okay, so our bread is starting to get nice and toasty, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the sandwich kind of together to help the cheese melt. Take this guy, flip it around like that. Look at that color, so pretty. Kind of check the bottom, looking good. So our sandwich is golden and toasty and looks perfect, so we're gonna go ahead and pull that off now. Like, look at that guy. You see him? Does it look yummy? Oh. Why don't I ever learn my lesson? Cheese is all melty and oh my gosh, the bacon, everything looks so yummy. Can't wait. So let's go ahead and get our bowl of soup served up. Nice and hot, smells so good. Oh, it smells so yummy. Right, so let's cut into the sandwich. It looks beautiful. Oh, hear how crispy that is? So nice and cheesy. Look at that. It's all melted and just kind of oozing together. The perfect grilled cheese ever. You see that color? It's so beautiful. That little bit of cream just kind of makes it have like this more in depth of orangey and red. The soup is so easy to make. Just a few ingredients, tons of flavor. It's better than anything you would find in like a can or anything like that. Definitely. Make your own soup when you can. It's so good. The little bit of cream just really enhances the flavor of it all. All the herbs in there, oh my gosh, it's just so yummy. And warm, it just makes you so happy. But what also is making me so happy is this grilled cheese. It's so perfect. It's like my smile. The bread is just perfectly toasted and crispy. And then you can see all that yumminess in there, the bacon and the different cheeses and the jalapeno. It's gonna be so good. Oh my god. I just can't. I honestly cannot tell you how amazing this is. You have to try it for yourself. It is so good. Oh my gosh. It's not too spicy. You get that sweetness from the bacon, the applewood smoked bacon, which is why I use that, because it gives you a nice balance of flavor. The creaminess from the cream cheese and the, oh my god. But this is what we came here for, so we bought the ticket for, right? To put these two together. Just do a little dunk. That is a perfect messy bite. That is so good. Oh my god. You get the little bit of heat coming from the jalapeno now. So creamy. The texture is amazing with the soup and the bread and the cheese and everything together. I just can't handle it. You guys have to make this. Please get in the kitchen. Get your families involved. Get your husband, your wife, your spouse, your partner, get them involved. Make food together. It's so fun. It's so cool to be able to do with my husband. Go on this journey together. It's amazing. The recipe for this yummy sandwich and soup pairing will be in the link for the description, where you can find this amazing soup and sandwich pair at my blog. Also be sure to stay tuned for the wine pairing. And then always, like, comment, subscribe. We really would appreciate your guys' feedback. Thank you so much for hanging out today, guys. Stay messy. Can't handle it. It's so good. Oh my god. The wine I chose to pair with the soup and sandwich combo is a 2018 Cabernet by Menage a Trois. This limited edition wine is inspired by the very best in California winemaking. The process of bourbon barrel aging enhances the cab's texture and flavor. The smoke and spice, along with jammy blackberry flavors, pairs with this luscious tomato soup and spicy, smoky grilled cheese sandwich perfectly. This Cabernet is structured perfectly with its rich mouthfeel and lingering finish, medium-bodied dry with hints of sweetness. This great wine comes with an even greater price. You can find this wine at most marketplaces, as well as online on sites such as wine.com.